What is going on, ladies and gents? Sorry, it's a little loud. I got the reefer humming and they're bouncing, so they're trying to get me loaded over here in Smithfield at Wilson, North Carolina. So I'll let a couple people get in here. Then I want to talk to you about what I experienced yesterday at the customer's place in where were you yesterday?
Virginia.
We're at Virginia.
Uh,
Pan. What is it? What was the weird name?
just here for the ride.
She said that she's just here for the ride.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Disputanta, Virginia. That may not be saying it right or whatever, but anyways, so I got there at 6 a.m. My appointment was at 10, and I sit there for 8 hours and 24 minutes before I got out of there. So once I got in the door, the the trailer quit bouncing for I'd say probably a good maybe 2 hours. Nothing going on in the trailer. Look back there, door still up, but there's nothing going on. What's up, Diaz Gaming, Jeff Beard, and Steven was at the food line there. Looks like you've been there before, Steven. Yes, it was the food line. So I go in again. My trailer stopped bouncing. I do have the red light, but the guy beside of me had the green light and never got a red light. So I didn't know if something was broken or whatever. So I went in there after waiting for a little bit, and there was a trucker in front of me that said, "Hey, I've had this green light for about an hour and a half. What's going on?" And she said, "Did we call you?" And he said, "No, you didn't. You haven't called me, but I was just coming in here because I've had this green light for an hour and a half." And she said, "Well, if I haven't called you, get back to your truck and sit down." And I was just like, "Wow."
He came back with his legs.
Yeah, I was so when I went because I was behind him. So when I went to the window, I said, "Hey, I still got a red light, but I haven't had any activity going on in the last hour or so. You know what's going on?" What's up, Sean? Steven said he's been there 13 hours for 5 pilots. Wow. I can believe that. So I just never had a shipper talk to an individual, a grown adult, the way that she spoke with that guy. It really kind of, I was flabbergasted, really. I mean,
she met you too. She was killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Heather said that, she was basically saying that to me too. So she's just trying to kill two birds with one stone. So I sit over there, basically all day, coming to Prime January 13th. Good deal, Sean. That'd be good.
That's about when you came last.
I did. I came here the 19th. Actually, I started January 19th, which is good, Sean, for you because they're requiring, I think, so many hours now of winter driving before actually upgrading you to your own truck. So I think that was one of the new mandates when they changed the policy up with the training and stuff. I think that's that you got to have so many hours of Cincy. Yep, I'm right down the road from you in Lexington, so you ain't too far from me. But we actually, unfortunately, we had a death in the family, or I did. My grandma passed away last night, and we had planned on staying out until um, going back to the house on Tuesday or Wednesday, doing Christmas. And of course, I've got the hot wifey on the truck with me. She's over here hiding, doing her own little thing on her computer. But so we had planned on doing that, but where she passed away, she gets so much of grievance for time off of work for the funeral and all that stuff. So the funeral is going to be Thursday, Friday, or I'm sorry, the visitation is going to be Thursday and Friday. Then the funeral is going to be Saturday. So after we leave here, we're actually heading up to Greenfield, Indiana, to the Smithfield up there to drop this load. Got plenty of time on it. They're trying to see if I appreciate that, Sean. Trying to see if I can drop this early because typically when you go into Greenfield, if it's a drop and hook, especially if you got a loaded trailer, they're pretty good about letting you drop your trailer and either bobtailing out and till your load gets done or whatever. But for me, I think I'll just be dropping this and probably bobtailing to the house. Not 100% sure about that, but we shall see. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I've dealt with my share of shippers and and receivers, but I've never really had somebody be that direct, rude, to somebody. Not to me personally. I was behind him, but I think it was kind of a. I was just like, wow. I was stunned. Really, I was stunned. So, where is everybody at today? Is everybody staying out for Merry Christmas to you too, Robert? Is everybody staying out for Christmas? They going home, or what's the word? What's going on? What is going on? 13 hours for 5 pallets. Man, that blows me away. Blows me away. I want to say thank you guys too. I've reached the 1,000 subscriber mark probably a couple of weeks ago. Still not able to go live with my mobile device yet for whatever reason. I'm actually almost at 1,200, so I'm not sure what the threshold, or it says 1,000, up to 1,000. So we shall see. I did get the community release where I can do like posts, pictures, and stuff on my YouTube channel, which my wife said that she does not like. She said that she don't like when people post pictures on the YouTube channel. YouTube's for videos and not for pictures.
Go to Instagram if you want to see pictures.
She said go to Instagram if you want to see pictures, which if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do so. Rolling for Time, all in one, ROLLN on Instagram. So but I hadn't been on here in the last few days. I've had her on the truck with me. And of course, when she's on the truck with me, I just kind of like to hang out with her. And I've got some video footage that I've done with her. That you guys will see a little bit later on. We did I was at the Petro, and I was trying to get her on. I mean, like she was dipping and dodging. She did not want to be.
No. Let me tell the story. Okay, we had our shower the night before. I don't usually shower at night, but okay, I'm making do. Hey, and no, you don't have to get me. So I brush my teeth in the morning. I've got my bag to wash my face and brush my teeth. He says, "What do you think you're doing?" He thinks I'm going to go take a shower. And he's like, "You just had a shower."
That night we had a shower. So,
but I was brushing my teeth and washing my face, which should be done, people.
Yeah.
And Virginia, tell them about the doozies.
Man, there was
Maybe it's
some
the time of year.
and all holidays, all paid off weekends. See, I only work 5 days a week. I drive a 12-foot and 16-foot truck. Nice. That's pretty cool, Robert. New truck, man, is awesome. That's one of the things, that I really enjoy. Uh, Heather, with the international, the dash actually came out and down a little bit. So she was able to jack her seat way up, and just basically put her feet up on the dash and just ride.
Yeah, like here, I don't have my own desk.
But
Like way here.
yeah, but over here, she's struggling because she don't have her own desk, and she's got to stretch
like
out just a tad.
And it's like real harsh. What do you call this?
The edges are really sharp. So I personally like it, and she likes it as well.
I've just seen that.
But it's got some features on it that I wish that it had on it that the international, like for example, the hazard lights. Like, I get it. I know the hazards are on. You don't got to keep on beeping and drive me absolutely crazy, because when you're sometimes at the shipper or receiver, they require you to keep your flashers on when you're moving around and stuff, and it gets annoying for me. And with the international, the beeping noise went off. The flasher still continued, and it would say beep like every 5 seconds, but it would not continuously go beep, 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 beep. I mean, that just drives me bonkers. I saw a flash on successfully. Oh, wow. So that's, yeah. Pass. Yeah, that's a hard pass, guys. Hard pass. I mean, I just hope they got the whatever the issue was. I mean, when I was broke down in Austin, when I left the dealership to come back to get my new truck in Springfield, my engine light came back on again when I was leaving. So I don't drive OTR anymore. Got tired of waiting, game, and hardly any compensation. Leon, that's kind of crappy as far as I don't know. I don't know what kind of compensation you get now or whatever, but I'm 801-156. Yep, that's it, Sean. That is it. I mean, I make pretty good money out here, and of course, I'm brand new since January, and I make pretty good money.
And as long as you're happy,
and that's it. And if you're not happy, then I understand. As far as going regional or doing whatever you got to do as far as for your family. For me personally, I just really enjoy it. I like it. Now, I do get frustrated from sitting. I mean, definitely. Like yesterday, I drove. So, for example, my appointment was the 22nd at Food Line. I drove all day. I burnt my entire clock on Monday to get there, 565 miles to get there, so I could PC in to the distribution, because I knew they wouldn't take it because they're closed. But I went there. They said, no, we can't take it. There's a Pilot and there's a Love's right there by Food Line. So I went down to the Pilot, took a shower, hung out, PC'd back in the morning, thinking that, okay, I'll get in and get out. And I waited there the whole freaking day. I basically wasted the whole day. Now in this, for example, this load here, yeah, I'm in the door. They're loading me, but the appointment was from 11 o'clock to 2400 tonight. So it's a risk you take, by getting here early, thinking, oh, they'll be ready. It was supposed to be a drop and hook. Well, it's a live load. So I get it, the frustrations. I get frustrated as well. Let's see if I can stretch the screen. And I think, all right, here we go. So how many hours you end up waiting? Why was that Food Line 8 hours and 24 minutes is what I was there waiting. From the time that I got into the door and to the time that I got out the gate. 8 hours and 24 minutes. After 45 years on the road, I have retired and joined my 5 great grandkids. Congratulations, Harold. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's a big accomplishment there. 45 years on the road. That's a long time. How many miles did you rack up on that 45 years? So you're at are you, let's see. I saw, okay, so Sean, were you just looking on Success Leasing as far as check out successleasing.com?
Okay.
So I got Heather over here looking at Success Leasing to see what we got.
I put a space.
Hold on a second, guys. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So here we go. So we got inventory. Let's look at the inventory. Yep, it's there, guys.
Oh.
There's old Flash. It's a hard pass. Hard pass. So they put a new piece up there. That's it. Sweet. I'm going to get billed for it.
What happened? Did you tell everybody?
No. Sweet.
You might as well.
Actually, typically, you see payments go down a little bit when they're like that right there. As far as because I put 75,000 miles on it, and my payment was $10.42. My new payment on the truck here is $10.70 a week, so $28 more. But typically, when I've seen in the past, people turn in, Peterbilts, international freight liners that are new but used, and their payment sometimes will go down like $50, $100. So that surprises me that it's still the same payment that I was paying. Your company wouldn't give more than 4 hours of retention paid, no matter how long we sat there. So did you drive for Prime, Leon, or who'd you drive for? Because we have different, we do have certain vendors that they got a maximum amount. No matter if you sit there for 3 hours or 3 days, they do have a maximum amount. Each vendor or each customer is different, and I don't know the answer to all of them. I know Walmart's is pretty. Circle of Death, loading circle. How about now, guys? Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got a little rocking going now. Had to reload. How's it the audio and video now, Sean? Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's it look like? CR England. Yeah, I've heard some bad stuff about England. Actually, I got an England over here, and I got a Trans Am beside of me over here as well. All right, so it's good. Sweet. It looks like I got 3 bars.
The barbecue place right beside of
The barbecue place right beside of the Pilot that we stayed at, which is 4 miles down from the Food Line. I will tell you guys this, though. This was super weird, but right here on the windshield, so as you see right there, you see the Assurance Detroit. That's factory and all that. That's my pre-passes and all that stuff. But right here, the other day, um, I had a water drop. I had some. I had a water drop right there.
It wasn't even raining.
And it wasn't even raining. So I don't know if.
Crazy?
I don't know. No, I mean I think what may have happened because I got it washed out at the Blue Beacon. I don't know if they got some water up in there because I got the visor on the front of the truck, and you can tell is right where those screw holes go in at. So I don't know if there wasn't a good seal there or what, but we'll watch it, and they may have to put a new screw with a new seal or something in there. But I haven't, it's been raining pretty good, and I mean there's no other water spots that I've seen so far. What's up, little Debbie? All right, guys, I'm showing 17 people in here, and I only got 3 thumbs up. Go ahead and give those thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever one you want to do. It don't matter to me. But they finally, the trailer's jumping around a little bit. That was, anyways. So hopefully I'll get out of here pretty quick. Well, Mr. Stefan. Hey, Stefan, how'd you like my comment over there? It was 65 and snowing. After you saying, oh, yeah, it was only 45. I've never seen it snow at 45 degrees, personally. So I was giving you a hard time right back. Stefan, you staying out for Christmas or you at home? That freaking reefer is humming. You guys hear that? The reefer is humming. There we go. We're getting some thumbs up now. I'm at home. Sweet. So I could went 77, 64 and get off on 35, go up through Chillicothe and go straight across over there to get to Greenfield, Indiana. But there's so much time on this. I'm actually going to drop down and go down by Knoxville and shoot up 75. That way that I can stop by I laughed. Yeah. So we'll probably be able to swing by the house and have, a little dinner with Heather's parents. So that's what our game plan is, because this load does not even deliver until 0300.
Well,
she's going to be gone, you said.
Well, she'll stop.
Oh, you said she's staying all night with her?
For Christmas Eve. Staying all night.
Okay. Well, I thought our daughter was staying all night with her fiance's in-laws, which is about was it Ashland or Berea?
Paris.
Oh,
Random Paris, I know. Yeah.
So she's going to be about 45 minutes from the house. So I thought she was going to be up in Ashland area.
She does her own thing now.
So
that
she's all grown up, 20, 22. And she, of course, when you're 22, you do what you want to do and how you want to do it. But we may make it home and we may not make it home. It just depends on the weather. I mean, like the other day, did you guys hear about that? I think it was a 64 car pileup on I-64 right by, what was it, the place you wanted to go to? Williamsburg, Virginia. So it's probably about an hour from there. And, we had sit there for a pretty good long time. And Heather's like, well, let's go to Williamsburg. She gets on these little tangents where we can go, oh, I forgot that you're driving a 70-foot vehicle. Let's go over here and go through the Blue Ridge Parkway. So when she's on the truck with me, we kind of venture out and stuff. But I told her, I mean, it was out of the way. It was even closer toward Norfolk. Um, in my opinion, if I personally probably won't ever come back over here toward the weekend or a holiday. If you guys remember in one of my videos in the past, I was sitting in Greensboro, North Carolina for a good day and a half, and I just went ahead and deadheaded home. My fleet manager, if I was just going to, if I was going to sit around, I was going to go to the house and sit around. But pretty close in the same vicinity within, a couple hours. So if you definitely ain't got to reload. So what had happened was earlier in the week or last week, I had went from Ohio to Virginia. Then I went from Virginia to Tennessee to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Then went back from Murfreesboro back into Virginia. And both loads going out of Virginia was, in my opinion, was I mean, they wasn't very good loads. I mean, this load right here is going to be maybe $1.08, $1.09 a mile. Not that good at all. Not that good at all. But it gets me out of the area, gets me back home, gets me to the funeral. So that's all right. You gotta take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. So, Trucker Debbie, where you at? Have you got a Sean? Are you still on here? There was about a 60 car pile up on I-90 in Spokane, Washington, about 2 weeks ago. That was fun being stuck. Oh wow! So, Sean, have you reached out to a trainer yet, or do you know who's going to be training you, or PSDing you, or anything? Because I know Chad's doing stuff up in Pittston now. I know a lot of his students are coming from the Pittston area. It seems like he's liking the way that the training phase is going up there with the PSD. I think actually he's got what's his name on there. He ain't gonna be done with him until probably about February or March. They're still working on the application. Oh. Yep, that was the application process was pretty quick for me, guys, just because I've got a clean record. I had been at one job running my own business for the last 12 years when I put in, and everything was, literally within like an hour I was approved, and everything had been gone over, because it was kind of crazy, because I don't know if I've talked with on my channel about this or not, but I had originally was going to go to TMC flatbedding, and the crazy thing about it is I had reached out to TMC, and I got through the process of them doing my application and got approved very quick. And of course they were like, when can you come on? And at that time I was trying to transition my real estate business, and basically I wasn't going to just like leave it hanging and come into trucking just in case I didn't like trucking. So I gave them a time frame of when I would be ready, and I updated them about every 2 or 3 weeks. I called my recruiter. Hey, I'm still coming, blah blah blah, this is what's going on, I'm still targeting for this date. And once I got everything transitioned with the real estate. I said, okay, I'll be there at this date right here. And they said, no, you've taken too long. And I'm thinking, like, I've told you this whole time that, this is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And everything was cool with it. But now you're saying that I'm not approved because I took too long. Okay, well, fine. That's just my way of saying I think that, flatbedding or TMC may not have just been for me. So I had been watching some of Chad's videos and Crazy Bags videos, and it just so happened that Chad was available for me to come and do the training PSD. So he gave me a recruiter. I called the recruiter up, which at that time I think it was Andrea Mueller, who I spoke with. And like I said, I got approved like that right there, and called Chad and said I'll be there this date. And it's been kind of, the past is the past. I had to have a manager approval because previous school I went to 6 years ago. Oh, so you currently do have your CDLs, Sean, or are you having to get them all, or you don't have your CDLs? No, it didn't. Okay, so you didn't get your CDLs. Gotcha. Prime's not for everybody, but personally, I've had my quarrels with my old fleet manager, and I've had different things that I've not been pleased with as far as, like, for example, that $1,300. I've still not got any answers on that. I've reached out to several different people, and I just don't get any response. That's kind of the biggest frustration that I'm having is, people are not saying. I get one person that says, yeah, everything's approved, we're just waiting Prime to cut the check. Then when I call when the check ain't cut 2 or 3 weeks later, it's like falling on deaf ears again. Like, I don't get any explanation of when it's going to be paid, what time it's going to be paid, how much is going to be paid, or whatever. So definitely have my frustrations, but overall, Prime's been good to me. Yeah. TMC is still out looking for drivers. Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Really, I don't. That really kind of put me on a real bad taste in my mouth with when TMC done that. Considering that I was following up with my recruiter, every 2 weeks, because I get it. People say they're going to come, they never come, and I get that. But if a driver or a student is keeping in touch with their recruiter and you knew from the get-go that you wasn't going to be going immediately, why would they tell you any different? Why would they told me to keep on following up with the recruiter then when it happened? And I was like, wow. So, but I just thought, like, it was a blessing in disguise, the way I took it. Maybe TMC wasn't for me. And the reason why I was going with TMC is because they do percentage pay as well. I actually had not even looked into doing, coming to Prime at all when I was first doing everything. Just to be honest with you, I was looking more so at flatbed than reefer. So, but that's just me personally, what I was looking into. What school did you go to, Sean? Where's everybody else at, guys? I got 18 people in here, and I got 2 people talking to me. I get it. Where you at? Where you located? Where you running? Are you staying home for Christmas? If so, if not, Merry Christmas to you and your family. not going to say happy holiday. I'm going to say Merry Christmas. It was a school in Indiana. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, for me, I was looking at, basically coming into a company that basically would do training, everything, and that's what I was kind of looking at. Uh, no money out of my pocket. Obviously, I get it. If I'd left, you're responsible for what the schooling costs or whatever. But my thing was I was going to give it a year. If it wasn't for me, then I was just going to get out of it. When they act like that, I just move on. Plenty of other companies hiring. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Leon. There's a gazillion other companies out here, that's for sure. And I mean, like, and Sean can probably, say the same thing, because you see certain trucks in, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kentucky, Indiana. You see the same trucks that you see. Snyder, JB Hunt, R&L. You see a lot of those, but just to be honest with you, when you start going and doing loads out West Coast, and when you go through Texas, man, I didn't realize how many trucking places they were out there. I mean, there's like a gazillion out there. Washington State, not in the industry today, but enjoyed learning about the industry from your and other videos. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Sorry, I thought it was muted. Sorry. Excuse me.
I didn't do any research on the school before I went, but I found out they had a CDL meal for the trucking company I did sponsor training for. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, training definitely is important. I did that poll the other day on YouTube as far as, what kind of stuff do you guys want to see? And because even being, driving for really since January, I mean, there's still things that happen today that has happened for the first time. For example, I got a brand new trailer out here, less than, I would say probably less than a year old. And when I hooked up to it, right at my, the glad hand, it's spewing air. I mean, like it's maintaining the pressure here on my gauge, but when I go out there, I hear constant air. So it was a fitting that needed to be tightened up. So I would suggest definitely have some tools on the truck. I ain't saying you got to go out and go buy a bunch of Snap-on or Craftsman or have a home mechanic shop, but definitely have your necessities, your pliers, your crescent wrench, your just different tools that you need, that you'll find out that you need, that you may not need yesterday, that you might need tomorrow. But I had to tighten that fitting up, and I was out the door and I was ready to go. I'm a lease, Jeff. Yeah, I do lease. We got a comment the other day saying that there would be no way. Almost pretty loaded, guys. I got almost 32,000 pounds on here. But he said that there would be no way that he would go lease right out of the gate without, some knowledge or learning the knowledge of the industry. And I think that's what your training is for. I mean, when you go in and you're doing your PSD and your TNT training, I mean, you're really kind of learning the game at that point. Yet you don't know it to the extent of maybe the trainer or other truckers that's been in the industry. Like what's his name here? It's been in here for 45 years. What was his name again? Harold. Harold been in the industry for 45 years. I don't expect to have any amount of knowledge that he may have, but I knew that I wanted to make money, And if I can go company and make 45 cents a mile, and I knew what we ran in our TNT phase, we'll split that down. So we're averaging, anywhere from me solo from 19 to 2,500 miles a week. Well, you put 45 cents times those miles, and that ain't no money in my opinion. If you come from another background or whatever, that might be fine and dandy, but for me that wasn't the kind of money that I wanted to be making, or leave the real estate industry behind to do the new trucking stuff. So for me it was a no-brainer to go lease, and realize, because Chad was really transparent with me as far as like, hey man, this is what we ran, this is what we made. Yeah, well, this is not what we made. I made $700 that he paid me every week, but the truck made X amount. So for me, if I can, like when I switched over to my new fleet manager here back a couple weeks ago, that was one of the big things for me when I talked with him is, my kind of threshold, I like to be anywhere from, really, if I'm doing 36 to $4,300, the truck revenue, I'm all right. I'm good. Because I know that, that's going to be depending on fuel and everything. I could be anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 a week that I'm bringing home after everything's paid for minus my taxes. Now, I'm not included taxes in here because there's too many tax brackets, and there's too many, different things that that you can go. There's differences as far as like, if you got kids, don't got kids, dependents, how many dependents, and all this stuff. What's up, Mississippi? Kelly from New Jersey. There are so many videos people can find info on how to understand lease versus company too, especially at Prime. Crazy Bags, Jeff, yep, Chad, many others. Understand fixed costs, variable costs, etc. Exactly, Jeff. Braden, how long did it end up taking you to get out of that food line yesterday? 8 hours and 24 minutes. That's how long it took me to get out of there. A painful 8 hours and 24 minutes. Trans Am just done got his go ahead, got his paperwork, so hopefully I'm not too far behind him. I got right at 31,000 pounds on here. It looks like I'll probably get it another 5,000 or 6,000 pounds. I think the total load is 42,000. That's what that's what the app said anyways, but there's so many variances on the app because sometimes the app will tell you you're getting 40,000 pounds. You go over there and you're only getting 20,000 or 24,000. Some things are not ready to be put on a truck, so they do it on another truck. So that's my experience. Oh, Trans Am right here. I'm telling you, boy, he had a rough time getting in here earlier. There's a trailer. Let me show you. So there's that trailer right there, that's kind of in front of him to an angle. And when he was making his turn in, it was kind of, he's got that big old long Kenworth nose, and it was kind of put him at a disadvantage. We got to JBS in Cactus, Texas yesterday at 1300 and didn't get out there until 9 this morning. Yeah. JBS is the worst, man. I've been to a lot of different places, and I can literally say probably JBS and Tyson. I've had some long waits at Tyson. And there's another place, starts with the C. remember what it's called now. But JBS, like I was so pinned. I had I actually was coming off of home time, and we got a JBS in Louisville, Kentucky. So I leave, like 7 in the morning because my wife, she's, she goes to work she has to be there at 8 o'clock. So she drops me off at the truck, and I do my pre-trip, walk around everything, and I'm out of the truck stop, and I'm on the road because the pickup was from, like, I don't know, it was like crazy, 4 in the morning to like 12 o'clock. Uh, so I get there and I wait all day and night, and didn't get out there until like 2:30 the next morning, coming off of home time. So I could have literally just stayed at the house, chilled. She could have took the day off. We could have just hung out together more. And, her dropping me off, again at night or whatever. It was supposed to be a drop and hook. This is what I found out with JBS a lot. Anytime that JBS or Smithfield, a lot of the times they say it's a drop and hook, it's a live load. Like there was a prime truck driver that came up when, like, he's over here waiting along the fence line. And it's kind of funny because he's got a Powerpuff Girls cartoon coming off his hood. They're doing, this, and he's the dude. I'm thinking, like,
He might have little girls.
I just think it's weird. I mean, he may have little girls. I don't know. That's weird. In my opinion, that's weird. But anyways, he got here. He came up and said, "Hey, man, how long you been here?" And I said, "Oh, about an hour." And he said, "Well, my load was supposed to be ready at noon. I've called up here 3 times, and I get up here, and they tell me it's a live load." So, in my thinking, if I'm somewhere close to it, whatever, I'm going to the customer. I mean, if they don't let me park on site, I'll PC out and I'll PC back in. So it's no big deal. We're headed to that food line after we swing by Springfield. So what's up with that? I seen your Instagram, Braden, about the new truck. Did you order a new truck, or are you having issues with your truck, or what's going on?
It kind of looks like snow. A little. It is snow.
It's 50 degrees. It ain't snow.
It is snow. I'm looking at it.
It's big rain.
It's snow.
All right, it's snow. It's snowing and it's 50 degrees.
You just had this whole conversation with Stefan.
Yeah, I was. Hello from Ohio. Hawaii Highway Junkie. Highway Junkie, thanks for watching us. Thanks for.
Ohio.
What part of Ohio are you from, Highway? Hey, will you never mind, I'll drink. What's these waters for, you know?
No, you want me to put it in the refrigerator?
I'm gonna drink one of them. No, they just told us to stop by and get one. We are in a 19 Freightliner with only 50K on it. We don't know why they are giving us a new one.
Here, give that one to me and I'll put this one.
That's kind of weird. So, are you company, Braden? I assume your company, because I mean, otherwise you would have had to order it yourself. But I don't understand why they. What's up, sir? What's up, Troy? Where are you coming from, Troy? Cleveland, coming to Prime in February. Nice. We got a lot of people coming to Prime beginning of the year. My trailer hasn't started bouncing anymore.
Shout out to these Reese's trees.
Heather said, shout out to these Reese trees.
Get you some.
Come and get you some.
No.
This is mine. Ain't it?
I've got one more after that.
Here you go.
No,
Here.
Go ahead. Look, seriously. One.
Oh, so you're a student. You're still in TNT, so you're not a trainer or whatever. Yeah. Jeff, those are good. I told her, so when I did home time, you know, she works for Yelp, and she hosts different events and stuff throughout the community in Lexington, and she had gotten a bunch of candy for one of her events, and she had a bunch of leftover. Hold on a second, guys. I got somebody calling me from Lexington. Hello?
Hello, this is your final notice from
It's my final notice, guys, from Card Holder Service. Oh my gosh. They're going to take me to court. I hate those freaking spam calls. But she had a bunch of these left over. And when I came from home time, she had said, oh, we'll take these with you. And I'm like, no, because I'll eat all of them. You know, I know myself. When I get these right here around me, that's what I do. I just eat them.
We were in the bed.
And Lord knows, no calories in those Reese's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about ready to say we were in the bed listening to that, and we saw that commercial for the Reese's tree. We got up and got some.
Yeah. I try to keep as little sweets on the truck as possible because, you know, I'll run in the morning times and I'll drink a Mountain Dew, and that's really the sweetest I get as far as having sweets on the truck.
Lies. Oh, lies. You always have cakes. Yes.
Cakes. What
Yeah.
cakes?
I don't remember the last kind of. I can't remember. But
Crackers?
I brought them this time.
I know, but I don't have any cakes anymore.
Well, I do.
I know. Look, she's already talking about it. She's ready to go grab one of those cakes. Look here, little birthday cakes. Those things, I don't want one. No, thank you.
I wasn't orange.
But it's dangerous stuff right there. Did you see the YouTube that Prime posted about sugar in various soft drinks? I can't say I have, Highway. I mean, I can't say I have. I've watched a lot of their videos, but when you come out here on the road, for me, my ideal running time is I would prefer to get up about 2 or 3 and run until, 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and I'm done for the day. You know, traffic is not heavy, and you go through. I mean, it's a smooth ride. You get nighttime driving and your daytime driving.
I wake up and it's
Yeah.
time to party.
Mountain Dew is the highest sugar of them all. That's right. That's why I drink it. I like it. When I go home, I don't drink. I don't drink it. I just drink it here on the truck. But I do drink a lot of water too. A lot of water. I try to keep at least a case. Excuse me. I try to keep at least a case of water on the truck at all times. I can't drink the regular soft drink. So before coming out on the road, I was a Diet Coke, sweet tea, and that's really all I drank. But I got to the point where when I was on the truck with Chad, like, man, that freaking, he should be called the Diet Dew junkie, because man, he would drink enough Diet Mountain Dew to freaking choke a mule. I'm telling you, he would like, yeah, diabetes. Yep. That's some things seriously, Sean. You gotta kind of look at as far as when you come out here, because definitely your whole lifestyle changes, and there's definitely stuff that's put weight on me since I've been out here, and I only been out here for almost a year. So there's definitely a lot of things that can hurt you. Um, Good deal, Braden. Well, you guys be safe, man, and I hope you enjoyed the food line. I hope you're getting in and out a lot quicker than I did. Definitely, definitely. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I got. It looks like I got 8 hours at this point. I got 9 hours and 13 minutes on my 14, and I got 8 hours and 46 minutes I can drive. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. As soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna hit it and run like I stole it. You need to try the Milky Way fudge candy bar. Jeff, don't give her no ideals.
Milky Way fudge candy bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it down.
Hey, you guys have a Merry Christmas. Be safe out there, and Happy New Year to y'all.